to read that again.
But look at the planning board members. Does he have the planning board members there?
Only planning board member I know is Nancy. I don't know who the rest of them are.
You have Mayor Vic DeLuca,
Right.
Jerry Ryan, John Brannigan, Tom Carlson, James Nathanson, Craig Miller, and Tommy Haney. So
Nancy's not on there?
yeah, Nancy's on there.
Okay.
So if DeLuca, Ryan, and Brannigan abstain, they're basically voting with the majority, right?
They have their vote there and they abstained from voting, or
Yeah, they abstain. They abstain from voting, right?
Wait a minute. Wait, where are you reading about the vote? Let me hear about that.
I'm reading from the Village Green.
Go ahead. Let me hear what.
After about an hour of discussion in executive session, the Maplewood Planning Board decided tonight that it did not have jurisdiction to rule on the appeal by the Village Keepers Incorporated. On
Did
May
not have the
21st,
jurisdiction.
Village Keepers filed an appeal with the Planning Board on action taken by the Maplewood Village Alliance Special Improvement District Board of Directors earlier this year regarding the post house development at the former location of the Maplewood Post Office. The Village Keepers' appeal involved the denial of a motion by the Alliance Board to have the town show significant financial hardship prior to the demolition of the building, as well as alleging that neither the MVA nor its Post Office Development Review Subcommittee reviewed a proper site plan for the development as required before approving the PODRS recommendation on May the 6th.
What does PODRS stand for?
Post Office Development.
Redevelopment. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Planning Board Counsel Michael Ellison read a motion stating that the appeal required resolving the issue of whether the provisions of the development plan and the design criteria for the proposed project took precedent over an earlier town ordinance, and that the Planning Board did not have the authority to rule on this. This motion also noted that Village Keepers have also filed a civil action with the Superior Court of Essex County raising the same issues.
That's what I was looking at. I was like, wow.
Given that the Planning Board declines jurisdiction of the appeal, read Ellison. With Mayor Vic DeLuca, Committeeman Jerry Ryan, and John Brannigan of the MVA Board abstaining, the Planning Board voted unanimously to approve the motion. So everybody has voted in favor of it, and these three individuals abstained, so therefore they voted with the majority. So that's a political
move.
A political way of saying to them that, you know what, my vote really don't matter right now, but I'm voting with the majority by abstaining.
Well, if they voted against it, then...
No, if you abstain, that means to say you don't have, you're neither for or against it.
I understand, but if they voted against it, they still would have been outvoted, yes?
Yeah, it would have been outvoted, so yeah. I could abstain. So I guess...
it's a passive way of, fighting against something without, looking, it's kind of punk, but go ahead.
So that means to say that, hey, John Larrier is also in this. Is that India Larrier's husband?
I guess so, because it's not
Maplewood Planning Board.
Most common name.
So the motion carries 6.
Why don't you go try to join the planning board?
0-3. That's not a bad idea.
That would be something
I'd rather be on the recreation board, though.
Why is that?
Because it deals with recreation in the community.
Well, that's a stupid question, yeah.
Yeah, something more that I would enjoy. More than anything else. Time check. The time is approximately 9:18 p.m. That time check is brought to you by Semper Alexander Computer Consultants. We are to implement cost-effective solutions to fulfill your business needs. Semper Alexander for all your computer needs. You can call them at 973-763-2011. That's 973-763-2011. Coming up next, this is what the New York Police Department Commissioner had to say. It's difficult to hire black officers since too many blacks people have been arrested. We talk about that when we come back.
This is the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. We want to hear from you at 973-327-3626 or log on to showmore.org to let us know your opinion. Go ahead and advertise on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. You can reach us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to assist you. For community news, sports, and opinions, call us at 973-327-3626 or log on to showmore.org. You're listening to the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
Let the people in the world today don't realize that worries don't pay. Resting the worries upon your shoulder, only bringing you older and older. These wicked things that people just do, they don't realize you have worries. Tell them to never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I said tell them never ever worry. Don't mind how you're suffering bad. Never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. Always consider somebody suffering more than you.
That's right, Marjorie. Never ever worry because somebody's suffering more than you. Never ever worry. Don't care how things look bad. We are back with you. It's In the Village with A&M, someone Marjorie, and the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Soulmore Radio. That's facebook.com/Soulmore Radio. You can tweet us at Soulmore Radio. So Marjorie, here's an article in... You hearing the music in the background?
Yeah, I hear it. There's an article everywhere. I've been hearing about this for a couple of hours today.
Which one?
Where the police commissioner, what did he say now?
It's difficult to hire black officers since too many black people have been arrested.
So, y'all got a record, in other words.
What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, he said that he didn't mean to say it that way. Let me hear how the article goes. I mean...
Well, let's listen to the mayor on the rise at the Daily Show. Let's listen to what he has to say. Yeah, let me take this music down. So, she doesn't like that music. So let me listen to Mayor.
To fade it out.
De Blasio. Let's listen to Mayor De Blasio. Hopefully. We better get this right up.
Pinnacle Vodka presents.
We don't want to play that commercial about Pinnacle Vodka. You like vodka, man? How come? You can clean a lot of stuff with vodka, right?
If I buy vodka, I'm not buying it to clean anything. So
it's a very great cleaning detergent. Oh, you didn't know that? You still hearing the music, right?
Uh-huh.
Somebody suffering more than you. Alright, here we go now. Oh man. They encountered a communication problem. But anyway, let's read what it is. Let's read what it says. The number of potential, this is in the Huffington Post. The number of potential police officers of color who have criminal records is too damn high. At least that seems to be the New York Police Commissioner Bill Bratton's stance on why there ain't more non-white NYPD police officers. I
don't like that non-white word. That's like an apartheid kind of word. Go ahead.
We have a significant population gap among African American males because so many of them have spent time in jail, and as such, we can't hire them, the NYP commissioner told The Guardian. African Americans compose 16% of the NYPD, whereas New York City is 23% black, according to the New York Times report. Bratton comments came during a tense time. Communities nationwide are calling for more officers of color to be hired in hopes that the high number of police killings will subside. The Guardian pointed out that budget limitations, the tense relationship between police and communities of color, along with, based on Bratton's interview, a long history of policing tactics that targets African Americans and Latinos are interfering with NYP's diversity goal. Bratton has a point. Policing began when African Americans were still widely seen as property to be managed and handled, a sentiment that arguably still plays a role. Police forces you got to get accustomed to stuff in the background.
You got to fade it out because it's overpowering. Go ahead, police forces.
No, but in radio, you're gonna have to get accustomed to stuff in the background.
Police forces.
Some things you're just gonna have to get accustomed to. Police forces are more diverse today than they were 30 years ago, according to NPR. Only 1 out of every 6 officers were non-white in the 1980s, compared to 1 in 4 today. Now the issue is predominantly white forces policing majority-minority inner cities. We can get more black officers, St. Louis County Officer Eric Von Almen told NPR in December. We recruit predominantly at black schools in military, and for the life of me, I don't know why. It's not the best paying job. They're probably too better in the private sector. That's all I can think about. But I know it's not for the lack of trying. Whether or not more officers of color actually leads to a strong relationship with the community has been heavily debated. 25 black NYPD officers, former and current, told Reuters in December that they have been racially profiled by other cops while off duty. 5 had guns pulled on them, and most of the officers said they have been pulled over multiple times without reason. Bratton admitted that his stop, question, and frisk policy played a role in the spike of African American and Latinos being arrested, which resulted in the population pool of eligible non-white officers being much smaller than it might ordinarily have been. So there you have it. The NYPD, it's funny. I mean, it's not funny, but you do something illegally and you stain a person for the rest of their life. And then you say that we can't get more of them because of the illegal activities we did in the past. What can you say? What can you say? Not much to be said. But at least they're admitting that.
At least they're admitting what?
Huh?
They're admitting what?
That their stop and frisk illegal policies was part of the reason why black males have a lot of criminal records.
Or you mean why a lot of black males have a criminal records? Well,
not just. So let's listen to the let's see if we can get this up. This is Jon Stewart, Inside Edition.
Please welcome back to the program, Mayor Bill de Blasio.
Mayor de Blasio was a guest on The Daily Show last night. Check out the 6'5" mayor towering over 5'7" Jon Stewart.
I want to ask you before we get into that, what also about height inequality? What about...
But quickly, the discussion turned serious.
This city, we have a plan for 200,000 units of affordable housing, enough for 500,000 people. That's the only way New York City is going to continue to be a city for every kind of people if we create a lot of affordable housing. In the process, you actually start to bring different communities together in the same place. You actually start to integrate. That is one of the beginnings of a bigger change.
Well, it'd be nice to see 200,000 affordable units in New York, because that would bring the total to 200,000.
Done your background research.
Naked foreigners. They've shaken things up a little bit in Malaysia.
Well, that had nothing to do with the NYPD police commissioner.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
what can you say
about that?
Time check.